Hi, welcome to my little presentation. I thought I would like to start off with something to demonstrate our short term memory. And over here, you can see that there is, before I teach my students about how to remember their vocabulary, I will explain to them a theory about memory where they have an input, a word comes in, and they try to remember, and sometimes they will forget, and that's called short-term memory. It's just like you talk to someone, ask them the name or have their phone number. After that, you forget their phone number, and that's the short-term memory. And it lasts for a few seconds, 7 to 2 chunks. And then if you repeat enough, you rehearse enough, you'll go into your long-term memory for days or weeks or years, depending on how often you use that. So right now, let's go ahead and do a little activity about short-term memory. I want you to look at this cute little picture here. Look at the three dots and stare at the dots. You can wink, it's fine, but I want you to continue staring at these three dots. And I'm going to explain to you what's going to happen next. In about 15 more seconds, I will change over to a new blank slide. And then after you staring from these three dots, and I change to a white blank slide, you continue to stare at a blank slide, an image will appear. I want you to count how long that image appear before it disappears again. And so let's repeat the instruction. You are still looking at these three dots. Okay, stare at it long enough. And then usually it's about 20 seconds. And after that, I'm going to change to a white blank slide. I want you to continue to stare at that and see an image appear on the blank slide. In your mind's eye, you can see it and see how long it stays. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay. Stay there and see how long that image appear in your eyes. You usually can stay depending on memory, your short-term memory. That's your short-term memory. And then there's a trace decay. No, you can't see it again. So let's try it again. Sometimes continue to stare at the three dots here. Sometimes people can't catch it. There will be one or two in the class usually who after the second try still cannot see it. Okay, I want you to continue to stare at this slide, the three dots here, and stare at it for about 20 seconds. After that, go on to the blank slide. An image will appear. I want you to count how long it stays. Okay, that tells you about how long that short-term memory is. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So how long did it stay for you? You calculate, okay? It's usually between 5 seconds to 15 seconds. It depends. So what you see right now is an image that comes in and it stays there. You stare for 20 seconds. And after that, it appears on the blank slate, right? On the blank slide, and the image appears somehow between half a second to 18 seconds. I guess if you're very, very tired, you can see only half a second. But usually people are around 8 to 11 seconds. And then after that, if you repeat enough, like me, I've seen this so many times throughout the years as I teach about memory, that it is in my long-term memory. I could see that image in my mind's eye. And we talked about 7 to 9 chunks of words. So at one time, my kids would not know vocabulary. They cannot cramp for the exam. They cannot. They can pick about five to 7 words to memorize one time, and review it, and then using different connections. We talk about multi-sensory experience. So you want to learn through different ways and different connections. So my students in vocabulary, they will have learned their synonyms that goes with it, affixes that goes with it, sentence structures that goes with it. One part of our session 4 also talks about concept maps. So when I teach college writing, concept maps, I give them a visual. An essay is something like the top part is your introduction, is like the top bun, and the meat of your essay is the patties, is the body of the essays, usually three uh, body paragraph explaining the thesis of your essay, and then ending with the last one, which is a conclusion, so they can have a visual representation. Then I will usually give another visual representation of the paragraph, and here you are, there are 5 paragraphs in an essay, and then I'll teach them a concept map, and that concept map is actually a sketch outline, and they will read this paragraph here and figure out what is the topic sentence is here, what's the first reason, second reason, and then the details, and the third reason is what, and what are the details. And they will understand that they can organize their thoughts in a very logical, systematic way by doing a sketch outline. This is a 2-body paragraph of a sketch outline. So there are many different ways of teaching, and you want to expose students to different models, and you learn best from 3 different teachers in 3 different settings. So after that, my students, I'll show them how the student did their draft, just writing their reasons out and specific details, which we will learn later on. Also, we talk about the reading problem solving projects. Over here, the principles of problem solving, we don't just read a page. We talk about importance of not just having our students, Handyman 2012 talks about not just having our students regurgitate knowledge, but mastering it through a deeper sense of involvement with the principles. So we talk about problem solving projects. What are principles of problem solving? There are about 3 pages here, and I pull out the principles and have my students think about a problem on campus and think about 3 solutions. I have a millionaire friend who told me, Joyce, many years ago, Joyce, do you know the secret to success? I say, what it is? What is it? What is it? And he says, if you have a plan A doesn't work, go for plan B. Plan B doesn't work, most likely plan C will work, Joyce. So in life, go and have some plans, A, B, C. And so I did. And so I have my students do that. They will investigate something and they'll think about 3 solutions. Like, for example, the cafeteria food is too dull, too monotonous, and so they decided, hey, let's have a cultural festival, a dinner. And so the Polynesians will cook some food, Chinese New Year, the Chinese will cook something, and the Africans will cook something, and it spice up the menu. And it's a wonderful thing. And so my students learn to write a letter to the administrator and notify them of a problem, and here are the solutions. And they will know how to write a good letter by thanking them first. It's just like hamburger style, thanking them first, explaining the problem, give 3 solutions, and thanking them again. And I do see their suggestions being actually implemented on campus, whether it be bringing international students to get their TB tests, providing the transportation for them, or bringing students downtown to do shopping in Hawaii, where transportation is pretty tedious. You have to drive 2 hours on the bus to go to the nearest Walmart. It's very difficult. So students are learning that there are too many complainers in the world. They learn to be people who are problem solvers, to be part of the solution. And so we want our students to have that multisensory project solving based experience, so that they can come out to learn all the soft skills of collaboration, teamwork, leadership, communication skills, and whatnot. So that's part of my presentation of what I learned to incorporate, and how we should incorporate learning in using the mind brain. Okay, over here to end off, I like to explain a little bit about our picture here. This picture is a picture of a Black Sea, a lava rock, right? Black sand beach, and the waves are just so huge, pounding waves. And some people will be scared to venture out, but you and I and our students are like that. We dare to venture out and go for a ride. And so it is with our POP. We identify a solution, we identify the problem, we come up with solutions. We are exploring things that no man dares to do, dares to go, but we can do it. And I hope that you enjoy my little presentation about memory and all that.